We're all mad here, but only those who can dissect their madness are called philosophers. Today we're diving into a topic that's not just intriguing, but deeply relevant to our current times. We're discussing Ray Bradbury's dystopian masterpiece, Fahrenheit 451, and how its prophetic vision is becoming more and more a reality in our world today. Engaging with this topic isn't a walk in the park. It's a slow process that demands your full attention, but it is one of the most rewarding things you can do. It fills you with a sense of growth you won't find anywhere else. It allows you to dissect your delusion and question the world around you. Fahrenheit 451, published in 1953, paints a chilling picture of a future society where books are outlawed and firemen burn any that are found. The title refers to the temperature at which paper supposedly catches fire and burns. The protagonist, Guy Montag, is one of these firemen who, over the course of the novel, undergoes a radical transformation, questioning the status quo and rebelling against the mindless conformity of his society. Now you might be thinking, but we're not burning books, are we? And you're right, we're not. But let's look beyond the literal interpretation. Fahrenheit 451 is not just about the physical act of burning books. It's about the suppression of ideas, the manipulation of information, and the erosion of critical thinking. In our current digital age, we're not burning books, but we're certainly seeing the censorship and manipulation of information on an unprecedented scale. Social media algorithms dictate what we see, what we don't see, and ultimately what we think. The echo chambers we find ourselves in are no different from the mindless entertainment that the citizens of Bradbury's dystopia are addicted to. We're living in an era where misinformation spreads like wildfire, where critical thinking is often replaced by viral sound bites, and where intellectual discourse is frequently drowned out by the loudest voices. Bradbury once said, "You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them." And isn't that what's happening? In our fast-paced world, we're consuming information in bite-sized pieces, rarely taking the time to dive deep, to question, to engage in meaningful dialogue. The danger is not just in the suppression of books, it's in the suppression of thought. It's in the complacency that comes from not questioning what we're told, from not seeking out different perspectives, from not challenging our own beliefs. So what can we do? We can start by recognizing the value of books, not just as sources of entertainment, but as tools for critical thinking. We can make a conscious effort to step out of our echo chambers and expose ourselves to different ideas. We can question, we can debate, and we can engage in meaningful conversations. Remember, Fahrenheit 451 is not just a dystopian novel, it's a warning. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that the preservation of our intellectual freedom is in our hands. And perhaps most importantly, we can strive to foster a culture that values diverse perspectives, that encourages critical thinking, and that promotes intellectual curiosity. We should resist the urge to censor ideas we disagree with, and instead engage in dialogue and debate to better understand different viewpoints. To echo Bradbury, the real threat is not just in the physical burning of books, but in the slow and subtle burning of our minds, the gradual erasure of our ability to think, to question, to dream. Fahrenheit 451 warns us of a world where the freedom to think is replaced by the safety of thoughtlessness. So next time you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media or caught in an echo chamber of identical thoughts, remember Guy Montag. Remember the society he lived in where diversity of thought was stifled and the freedom to think was a radical act. Ask yourself, are we so different from that world? Are we fostering a culture of intellectual diversity, or are we getting lost in a sea of conformity? And if it's the latter, what can we do to change that? Remember, it starts with us. With every book we read, every question we ask, every dialogue we engage in, we're taking a stand against the conformity of thought. We're taking a stand for intellectual freedom.